Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Yan. I hope you're all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. And welcome to your match review of Chelsea's epic clash with Brighton in the pre-season friendly, ending 1-1. Ding! Yes, today I'm going to talk about the match. There's loads of positives to take, actually. It ended pretty dull. It was Brighton kept a good, decent professional performance, and Chelsea's team was essentially fielded loads of youngsters. Frank Lampard put on loads of kids, but it started very, very well indeed. Timo Werner scoring the goal for Chelsea, and Hakim Ziyech looking excellent, and Callum Hudson-Odoi also having very bright moments too. We're going to talk about player performances, etc. But before we get into it, I quickly want to remind you guys and urge you to subscribe to Football Therapy if you've not already done so. If you do choose to subscribe, hit that all-important bell notifications icon, and if you want to support me and help me out, please do like this video. Alright then, let's get into it. Now, I did a watch along for this game on my other channel, Yan's Yard. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. It was a lot of fun talking about the match. I can't promise I'll keep doing this, but it's certainly a fun experiment hanging out with you guys watching football. Right, let's talk about how this started. Graham Potter's Brighton are very, very good. They're fielded Adam Lallana, Ben White, some good players. Trossard had a good game. And generally they put in a relatively professional performance, as a Graham Potter team often does. Resolute, physical, and likes to play out from the back. This is how Brighton lined up against Chelsea. Matty Ryan in goal with a back five that consists of new signing Veltman, Ben White, Lewis, Slam, Dunk, Webster, and Solly March. Adam Lallana started, which you kind of love to see. Zouma in midfield and Alzat. Front two consisted of Trossard, who had a very good game, and Neil Maupay. Brighton pretty much played how we all expected them to, but this is all about Chelsea, and let's be real, it's all about the new boys starting, so let's take a look at this Chelsea lineup. It looked a lot like Chelsea were playing a 4-2-3-1 with Kepa Arrizabalaga allowed to walk back into goal, which is questionable at best. Marcos Alonso playing at left back managed to give himself a yellow card in a pre-season friendly. Right back was Reece James. Andreas Christensen was in a centre-half position, partnered by Jake Clark-Salter. Yes, that's right, he's surfaced back into the Chelsea team after making his debut 4 years ago, who actually had a very impressive game, probably the best defender. The mid two in the engine room were Kovacic and Kante. Kante captained the side today. Hudson-Odoi played left wing. Ruben Loftus-Cheek played in the hole. And the two new boys, Hakim Ziyech on the right and Timo Werner up front, who got Chelsea's goal. Now let's talk about how Chelsea's players performed in this game. I want to start at the back. Kepa made one decent claim, and that was pretty much it. But he came off at half-time. We didn't get to see so much of him. The centre-back partnership of Jake Clark-Salter and Christensen looked pretty darn decent. Jake was the better out of the two, if you ask me, but when the halftime changes came, Willy Caballero was in goal, and then Azpilicueta and Antonio Rudiger were in the centre-back positions. Antonio Rudiger actually conceded a penalty within 2 minutes of being on, which is just one of those moments. He really has been our worst centre-back for some time now. Willy Caballero was in goal though, and he's a penalty-saving expert, and he did save this penalty, which is great, although Ethan Ampadu later on did concede another penalty, which Brighton converted to complete the scoreline of 1-1. But we don't want to talk about that too much. Reece James was okay, so-so, got into a bit of agginess with Solly March. Marcos Alonso was pretty darn depressing defensively in the left-back position. Ian Maatsen looked a lot better when he came on, but it is seemingly obvious why we really need a left-back, hence Chile beat Ben Chilwell coming to Chelsea. Kante was really good, decent. Kovacic and both of them pretty much showed their experience, their professionalism, and they had a really wicked moment where they were both combining into the final third, the two CDMs, which was quite funny, and Kovacic, after some excellent football and an excellent dribble, couldn't convert it for a goal, sadly, and these bright moments kind of fizzled out a little bit later on and descended into a dull game where really young Chelsea, Vale came on, a 16-year-old, loads of youngsters were put on. Ampadu looked really good until he conceded the penalty. Lewis Baker looked okay, but he's like 25 now. I don't think he's really going to have a future in this Chelsea team under Frank Lampard. Let's talk about some of the big names though. Ruben Loftus-Cheek some good moments. He, like Callum Hudson-Odoi in this game, showed flashes of really good moments, but also massively overplaying. They both showed how they're good at what they do in terms of dribbling into the box one-on-one, taking on a man and trying to wriggle through, obviously in different ways. Hudson-Odoi is a bit more delicate, Ruben Loftus-Cheek can kind of use brute force a little bit more, but both of them were guilty of overplaying on a couple of instances. Of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi did get the assist for Timo Werner's opening goal in the first few minutes, but let's be real, he's trying to header to score himself via a header, but he scuffed it and it fell to Timo Werner, who converted handsomely. So we waited long enough, let's talk about the shining two, Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner, the two new superstar forward signings for Chelsea Football Club. They were both excellent, but most notably, their connection between the two was excellent. The amount of immaculate balls Hakim Ziyech played with his left boot to find any player, but most notably and constantly finding Timo Werner was very, very impressive indeed. Ziyech was trying to press people a lot and be physical. You could tell it's not his natural game because he looked a little bit erratic, but it's good how he's trying to bring that in. He probably knows how he needs to do that in English football, but in terms of his natural cultured ability, it's just there for everyone to see. His distribution, his combinational play, his eye for who's making a run is pretty much immaculate. The one most notable and accurate ball is Hakim Ziyech played a free kick, or he took a free kick and it was really lame and off target, and that's because he was injured. He immediately went down from a previous challenge and went off. Hopefully that injury is not too serious. It shouldn't be, I don't think, because the way he walked off and talked to the physio, it should be okay. But generally incredibly positive signs indeed from Hakim Ziyech. I'm very, very excited as a Chelsea fan to see that. Timo Werner obviously as well. Of course he got his goal, the only goal for Chelsea in this game, but his link with Hakim Ziyech is very promising. And not just that, man. It's not just running in behind and running the channels from Timo Werner. His one-touch combinational play in the final third with Callum Hudson-Odoi, with Hakim Ziyech and Ruben Loftus-Cheek was very impressive. He showed he could deal with the physicality, and he plays very, very quickly because you don't have much time in English football, but he's just a great player, so he can do that very quickly indeed. And I was just very impressed to see his general combinational play in the final third, because we all know him as like a gunman, running behind, score goals, one-on-one. But like I said, 1-2s, holding the ball up, one-touch play, very, very impressive from Timo Werner. And he was the shining light with Hakim Ziyech. And to be honest, they're two new big money signings. It's unsurprising really, and they're both relatively seasoned in European football, so you kind of expect it from them. Obviously the second half was dull. A bunch of kids came on, and Chelsea, second chance of trying, Brighton converted a penalty and it ends 1-1. Didn't really learn much from that, but you often don't in these pre-season friendlies. What you do need to take away from this game is, Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheek are fit and playing, and Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech look excellent. I'm really keen on getting your thoughts and opinions on the game, so do get down in the comment section below and express yourself on how you felt about this pre-season friendly. If you've enjoyed the content, like the video please, that means a lot. We're over 90,000 subscribers now, by the way, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and also thank you to everyone who's subscribed to my second channel, Yannick. That's north of 10,000 subscribers now too. We had like 1,500 people in the live stream today at one point. I'm constantly doing, every single day at the moment, I'm doing a live show called Chatting Balls, where I just chat to you guys about football news, transfers, mainly Chelsea Football Club, but not exclusively. And I'm testing out this watch along thing as well. So if you do want to go check that out, like I said, we're north of 10k now. Click in the link in the top of the description and come hang out with me in the evenings, mainly when I stream, and talk about football. So do go subscribe to Yan's Yard and watch Chatting Balls with me, or a watch along. Other than that, expect more Chelsea news videos back here on Football Therapy. There wasn't one here today because I took the morning off because I hit 90k on the channel. There are things to talk about that I want to basically give my opinion on, like the Declan Rice story is gaining momentum. Chelsea have been heavily linked yet again with Gianluigi Donnarumma, the AC Milan goalkeeper, and I want to express myself on that. So I'll probably do a Chelsea news video tomorrow morning. So make sure you keep it locked to Football Therapy, make sure you are subscribed, and really importantly, make sure you have that bell notifications icon switched on, or clicked rather, so you get updated from when these videos come out. Similarly on Yan's Yard, it will let you know when I'm going live. So do that. That's it from me. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.